everyone is mentally weak until they learn how to become mentally strong. Like, no one misses out on that education. So if you know someone that seems to have it all and everything is going their way, or they're living in that really nice, beautiful house, or they get to drive the cars they want, or they're with their family, it's perfect looking family, that's not on accident. They somehow beasted themselves into that person. But for every one of those that are authentically out there, dude, there's so many of us that are living with so many issues and so many problems and so many concerns. And I just got audited by the IRS, and then I lost my job, and then I got pancreatic cancer. And it's like, wow, life is happening. And if you are not mentally fortified, you're going to get taken down.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
How do you become mentally strong? I think in order to really understand the best answer for that, you have to understand what makes us mentally weak. And there are 3 types of beliefs in general that we actually have that produce massive amounts of weakness in our entire Earth School experience. The first is that we've got unhappy beliefs, and there are 3 types of unhappy beliefs that we have. But I want you to understand that in my world, in my experience, there's 10,000 beliefs that make up my perception. And if I can flip the switch and change enough of those, then my world changes because my perception changes. Then my thoughts change and my actions change and everything changes. I get new results. So if you want new results, then you got to understand the types of beliefs that are producing unhappiness for you. And the first one is unhappy beliefs about yourself. So I don't know if anyone escapes childhood without doubting their self-worth or believing that they're not enough. We make decisions that I'm too ugly, or I'm too fat, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not like the popular this is or that's, or I'll never be good at making money. We unconsciously make all of these choices. In our childhood, we form our initial paradigm, our view of the world, and it needs to get consciously created. Most people go to their grave without consciously creating the world they want. They've just been living the one that was set up on autopilot from childhood, which is disastrous because for every positive belief, there's loads of negative beliefs. So just want you to understand that if you want to be mentally strong, you need to understand that where the weakness comes from is how you think about yourself. How do you think about your body? How do you think about your looks? How do you think about your learning and education? How smart you are? If you have negativity towards yourself as a human being and you talk yourself down or you self-deprecate in any way as a pattern, that's going to produce mental weakness. The next type of belief is the belief that we hold about others. This is really where victimhood gets amplified. Well, this would have happened if she hadn't done that, or this person ran the red light and it's my boss's fault for letting me go, and this person didn't recognize and acknowledge me, and I didn't get the love I needed from this person. With unhappy beliefs about ourselves, we're internalizing what's wrong with me, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with me. But when it comes to unhappy belief about others, it's, well, what's wrong with you? And this is what's wrong with you, and that's what's wrong with you, and that's what's wrong with you. And as long as you live in a world where you have negative thoughts about yourself and others around you, those type of beliefs are going to produce mental weakness. And then the last one is unhappy beliefs about the world. How you think the world is supposed to be set up, right? I mean, either you're a Greenpeace lover, and that means that you love to hug trees, and you're mad at everyone who's tearing the forest down and polluting the waters, or maybe you're the capitalist that is blaming all the other individuals for being stupid or not good enough in their business, or why aren't people buying my product? Or you could be high on religion, and everything is all about that religious view of the world, right? What is your worldview? And if you've got unhappy beliefs around the world, like, dude, my parents, they sit in front of the TV during the day and they watch all the news, and then when I'm with them, they want to regurgitate all the horrible things happening in the world. I like to be informed and to a point. So for me, if you have unhappy beliefs about yourself, others, and the world, this is what is going to ultimately produce mental weakness. How much whining, complaining, and excuses can you possibly drum up in these 3 categories makes you an extremely weak human being. But where there's weakness and awareness, we can make it a strength. It is amazing how sometimes the path to happiness is a matter of a tiny little tweak. Check this out. Instead of unhappy beliefs about yourself, others, in the world, guess the 3 belief areas that we would want to focus on creating happy thoughts, happy ideas, happy beliefs, a healthy belief system that produces happiness for you. It's going to be in these exact same things, which means we got to get rid of the and we got to say, wow, I need to choose in some new beliefs about me. If I've been calling myself ugly, you know what? God doesn't mess up on any one of his children. It's time for you to look in the mirror and recognize that you have and possess your own beauty that is incomparable to anyone else on this planet. Or if you tell yourself that you're not smart enough and you're not good at reading or math or this or that, what value are you creating by pointing that out? None. But you are dropping your energy, you are diminishing your self-worth, and you're bringing down your self-esteem. And that's what's damaging you, and that's what's making you weak. So how do you make yourself strong? Dude, realize the truth. Sure, maybe you suck at spelling, but maybe you're good at the piano, or maybe you're good at running. Like, you understand that intelligence is a far greater net than just math and science and English, right? Like, intelligence, there are hundreds of, it's not the question of whether you're intelligent. It's not black and white, yes or no. It's how are you intelligent? And trust me, you are brilliant in ways that you may have not even acknowledged yet. In fact, if you don't see yourself today as brilliant, it means that you haven't seen it in yourself yet. The reality is that you're incredibly smart in your way that is unique to the world and does create value for other people and yourself. So you got to correct your beliefs about yourself and get into happy. And in a moment, I'll share with you the little hack on how you actually make it stick. Number 2, listen, if you have a habit of thinking negatively or judging other people or gossiping, any of those negative attitudes, dude, just change. Make a commitment. No more gossiping. No more talking negatively about people. In fact, instead of seeing others as the problem in your world, listen, the person with the problem is only ever the person with the problem. There's a problem with your perception. The fact that someone came into your world and did something you didn't like, that doesn't mean you have to be unhappy. You're still at choice. Like, exit the world of victimhood that says, I blame other people, and put your blame thrower away and start taking accountability for the fact that, dude, this is like what Viktor Frankl said, doesn't matter what happens to you. And the guy got thrown in a concentration camp. He says, dude, you can take everything away except for one's own ability to choose their attitude in any given circumstance, which means that I don't care if the IRS is going to audit you and tear you down financially. That doesn't mean you have to have a bad day. You still get to choose to be happy no matter what. And trust me, finding happiness in the journey on good and bad days is a much higher quality of life than someone that says, I'll be happy when it's easy and I'll be unhappy when it's not. And lastly, pick some worldviews that are going to serve you. Dude, the world doesn't owe you anything. The world doesn't owe you a living. Pick some beliefs that serve you, that are more merciful, that have more compassion, and that make you more happy. Now, if you have happy beliefs about all of these things, how do you actually get them to stick? Well, dude, it's the same way that you develop the unhappiness. You practiced. And they say that practice makes perfect, but it is false. It is perfect practice makes perfect, which means every single day, I want you to take 5 minutes and I want you to rehearse new beliefs about how amazing and incredible you are and where your gifts and talents lie, your self-worth, and how you see other people, and that you're glad to share the world with them, and a worldview that makes you happy. If you can do that in all 3 of those areas, you will develop a mental toughness and strength so that when something comes crashing down, or you get cancer, or a loved one gets some health problem, or you can't pay a bill, instead of losing it and saying this is the end where you crumble and then it only gets worse, you become this firm, immovable mountain that says, here I am. Dude, it doesn't matter what you bring, I'm still standing. You understand? Tip of the iceberg, my friend. And if you want to master this, I'm going to tell you that unfortunately this tiny video, while I hope it inspires you and creates a positive shift, I want to tell you that if I could time machine back 15 years and give myself a gift for what would be the biggest life changer, it wouldn't be the secret to how I've made all that money in business and real estate. It would actually be a copy of this book. This book, when I wrote it, was the culmination of millions of dollars of mentoring time and research to take this entire system and put it into a very simple formula that goes a whole lot deeper than we've talked about today, which is why I'm celebrating you by giving this book away to you as long as we have copies available. I always get a bunch of extra, and then I give them away to all of my YouTube friends and fans out there that want to go level up with me. So if you want to level up with me, this book is a gift from me to you. It will give you the formula for going beyond this conversation of mental toughness and actually how to manifest everything that you want. If that's useful for you, then get yourself a copy of that. If you're not a subscriber and you've made it this far in the video, then obviously you're kind of liking what you're hearing here. You should probably subscribe, and then I can notify you if you ring that bell about giving you new videos each and every day. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.